Harvard University and at Yale University, these are the science class is the most popular class in the history of the universities. So you think all these amazing kids that have made it to Yale, guess what? They're also searching for happiness, right? And along with this psychology, all of this research, also there's incredible research about adult neuroscience. So previously, neuroscientists believed that our brain grew, obviously, when you're a baby to a toddler, to a child, up to your teen years, and then they thought your brain was stuck. Your brain didn't change. Well, guess what? Your brain and your brain and your brain, all of your brains continuously change up until the day or the month that you live. And I hope you all live to be 96 and a half or more, right? Your brain continuously changes. I got involved with the World Happiness Summit, which takes place every March at the University of Miami, brings together the leading researchers, people from around the globe that are researching not only the bright sides of life, but also the challenging sides. Also, and we're going to talk about resilience, stress, fear, right? Life is not just about, and that's a big misconception, that a happy life is one that's void of pain. No, everyone has pain, feels those painful emotions. Well, except for psychopaths and dead people. But everyone else feels painful emotions, okay? Everyone. So when you're going through it and you feel like you're alone. So long story short, I'm learning all about this, right? I'm still working at the hotel, and I become certified as a coach. I get different certifications in positive psychology from Dr. Ben-Shahar, who taught it at Harvard University. I got certified in neuroscience, and then I start thinking about work. Well, I've always been thinking about work, but I start really thinking about work. I'm like, okay, I'm learning a lot about human happiness. We spend so much time at work. And for 15 years, I'd worked in hotels and all these different places, and we spend a tremendous amount of time at work. And I've had wonderful, amazing bosses, and I've had the opposite. And so I'd been following this man in Denmark, Alexander, and he had been doing happiness at work for 20 years. And so in the fall of 2019, I went to Copenhagen, Denmark, and got certified as a Chief Happiness Officer for happiness at work. And what a cool title, right? I was like, obviously I need this title. I mean, sorry, CEO. And so happiness, like, hey. And there's a World Happiness Report that comes out every single year. Well, since 2013, the United Nations, Oxford University, and several other institutions work on this report. So we're all very familiar with GDP, right? The gross domestic output of countries. How much money are the countries making? And that is what has been used to measure how successful a country is. Well, ever since 2013, we are now measuring GNH, gross national happiness. How well are the citizens? And usually Finland, Denmark, Sweden, they come out on top. So went and learned a lot about happiness at work, and that is how I built this company, Arrive at Happy. There are many different aspects of our lives that make it challenging to be happy. We have technology, and technology has so many benefits. I mean, we've been hearing about it all day today, and even before. There's so many benefits of technology, and it can be challenging when we, stay up really, really late watching those darn amazing Netflix shows that you're like, just one more episode, and then it's 1 a.m. and you're like, I should be sleeping, right? Technology around us all the time can lower our happiness. Social media, while it's amazing for connection, and I love staying connected with everyone that I know, friends and family, it's also extremely addicting and is causing anxiety and depression in teens and some adults as well. Many people are overworked and overwhelmed, and they're not spending enough time with friends and family and taking care of themselves, and that's contributing. I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but our brains actually have a negativity bias. It's really unfortunate. Our brains want to go negative because of human development, right? If you think about a caveman coming out of a cave, thinking, okay, find food, don't get eaten by a lion, right? That's what our brains are like. Where's danger? Where's danger? Where's danger? What should I, something's good? No, but there's got to be something bad around the corner. Because our brains want us to survive, right? But unfortunately, it's a negativity bias. Also, our modern day lifestyle, unfortunately, we're more sedentary than we actually should be, right? They say sitting is the new smoking, just having more of that movement around, etc. Now, of course, over the last 18 months, there's been global pandemic, economic downturn. There's always, different challenges that are happening as well. And I don't know if this is number one, but I feel like it's really high up there. The news. The breaking news. My father-in-law says, I remember those days when you went home and you watched the news from 6 to 7 p.m. and you got the news. We all get the news 24/7. And the news and the media monetizes on our fear. There's actually really wonderful things happening around the world every single day. There's actually a positive news network that broadcasts all of this, but unfortunately, that's not what gets the ratings. And so the constant waterfall, bombardment of negative news really hurts our mindset. Research has shown that when you watch the news on TV in the morning, you're going to feel 31% more negative for the rest of the day. So I advise all of my clients, every leader that I work with, do not watch the news on television, read the news. Read the news, because it just affects your mindset. And we'll talk about all the, how positivity and happiness affects your business and your work as well. So you might have other ideas of what's contributing, what makes it hard to be happy. In addition to all of this, many leaders, because we're going to talk about business as well, many leaders have not been taught exactly how to have their employees feel happy while they're working. There's as many misconceptions as there are around happiness. There's also a lot of misconceptions around happiness at work. So if I were to say, what makes people happy to work? Many answer is, well, more money. More money, they'll be happier. Or bigger title, give them that senior manager title. That'll keep them happy for 365 days a year. Or, better office, or I don't know, in these days, a new laptop sent to their house. But there's actually amazing research around happiness at work too. And unhappiness at work affects every area of our life. So if you are unhappy, it affects your physical health. It affects your longevity. Optimistic people live about 13% longer. It affects your relationships. For work, happiness is connected to productivity, engagement, sales. Raise your hand if you need to sell, find new business, bring in money. Okay, well, this side of the room is the sales. So it affects sales. Sean Acor's research from Harvard University shows that when you have a positive mindset, you sell, CEO and VP of sales like this, up to 37% more. So there are all of these tangible business results as well. I want you to leave here today choosing happiness for yourself and for your business.